What's happening? Brian Tong here with Googleicious for everything Google you can think of. And this week, it's all about our reactions from Samsung's Unpacked event. Now we know it will always be about the Galaxy S8 for Samsung, and they delivered with one of the best looking phones we've seen to date. At least on the front. See that screen, that infinity screen. Sure, the 2:1 ratio is going to be a little odd with bigger black bars on the sides when you're watching 16:9 video, but when you're not, it's 5.8 inches of Galaxy S8 screen and 6.2 inches of S8 Plus screen goodness. The home button is part of the screen on the bottom, but the fingerprint sensor has been moved to the back in one of the dumbest design flaws that almost anyone outside of Samsung could have figured out. Like, they put the fingerprint sensor directly next to the 12 megapixel rear camera lens. Welcome to Smudgeville. Population, all y'all with a Galaxy S8. Now, who approved that? Come on, son! Now the good thing, the face unlock on the phone works like a charm, but you'll still have to align your face with the phone to do it. The phone still looks amazing. It brings back a headphone jack, and it's still just as waterproof with an IP68 rating compared to certain phones, you know, without one. iPhone. All right, I've also got to give props to Samsung. You can always go to the easy battery jokes, but they're taking it head on with a new 8-point battery safety check system and even making batteries better with claims that they won't wear out as quickly and will still hold 95% of its charge after 2 years of use. You know, when you'll probably have a new phone by then anyways. You can dock the phone with Samsung's DeX that turns it into a desktop PC. We've seen it before, but this phone has the power to back it up and an optimized version of some Android apps to give you a full screen experience. But come on, how many of you are really going to do that? Not too many, but it's a nice feature.
Meet Bigsby.
Also, the biggest unknown. How good will Bigsby, their virtual assistant, really be? That's still to be determined. Even with our early hands-on, it wasn't complete, and it's still a work in progress. Now we know they're making a lot of promises for it, and it's trying to make using the S8 a whole lot easier, but at the same time, it doesn't look nearly as smart for grabbing general information or things you might ask Google. And Google's Assistant still looks like the best AI on a phone right now, and it's going to get better. Now the S8 is a great phone for Samsung fans. I have major screen envy, but no phone these days is really doing enough to convince a large amount of users to completely switch over to a whole new platform. Truth. Now the Samsung Gear VR gets a new motion sensing controller and support for the new S8 phones. It's a nice add-on that others have, but the product I'm most excited about from this keynote is the 2017 Samsung Gear 360. The first gen was one of the best ones last year, but you know, a little awkward to carry around because it was basically a big eyeball round bulge if you put it in your pocket, which I did. The new one is much smaller with the dual fisheye lenses at 8.4 megapixels for each sensor. The battery is in the handle, it's part of the camera, and you get 2 hours of shooting in 2K resolution with recordings on a micro SD card, and yes, it's still dust and water resistant. You can live stream to YouTube, Facebook, or Samsung VR2, but will it work with Periscope? Come on, son, get on it. Now the best feature you can use it with is the new S8s, S7s, S6s, and Note 5, but you can also use this with the iPhone 7, 7 Plus, 6S, 6S Plus, and SE with macOS desktop software available for viewing and editing. I know which 360 camera I'm getting on the go. Pricing is not set, but it will cost less than last year's $350. All right, the keynote was good for Samsung users, but the post-keynote buzz was really not that big of a deal. I threw out a poll, and yes, there's a lot of people that follow me that use iPhones, but still, of the 38% of people remaining that are Team Samsung, only 12% of you can't wait to get one. Now, if this phone was really a big deal for you all, it should be a lot higher than that, but it's not. Now, the rest of you weren't convinced, and even more of you were turned off after the Note 7. To me and many of you, the Galaxy S8 has an amazing screen, probably the best design right now on the front, but does it really have anything else that truly makes it a must-have phone? We'll find out. You can email me at googleicious@cnet.com or tweet me at Brian Tong to let me know what you think about the S8, and we'll put some of your feedback in the show next week. And if you write nice YouTube comments, I might use those too. Otherwise, I'll just read the ones that tear away at my soul and break me down little by little, day by day. Thanks so much for watching, and we will catch you all next time for some more of that Googleicious.
Googleicious.